George, because obviously he's trained for so long, and it's such an unfortunate incident to happen in your first game, 15 minutes in. How is he himself?
Well, I mean, obviously, if you look at how well he finished his try, for example, he's visible even in the 15 minutes. You know, there's not many wingers can score that try, so everyone knows what George can do. And you know, we were delighted. He was excited about being out there. He epitomises where we're going from an attack-based game, and it was disappointing for him to leave the field so early. So he's obviously bitter disappointed. He felt like he'd let the team down, and he apologised after the game. In the change room and has done repeatedly since he's been back here, and he's keen to help the team in any way that he can, because ultimately he wants to be a part of a group that, you know, wants to move forward. And it's really unfortunate for him that he can't do that on the pitch, but we'll find ways that we can utilise him to, you know, to help improve us as a group.
The final one on George, 4 meaningful matches. Do you take that as the final game of this season and the first 3 games of next season? Is that what you're planning for?
Well, if they're the first 4 meaningful games, I'm not intending to get 4 friendly fixtures that I'm going to say are meaningful to get him out. That, you know, it is what it is, unfortunately, and you know, we will obviously prepare for this game and finish this season and get ready for next. And, you know, as and when George is available for us, we'll obviously get him back up and running. But he'll still play an active part in training. He'll still play an active part in, you know, even the development of youngsters, and he can still contribute, and that's important for him both mentally and physically.
What are you expecting from Cardiff Blues this weekend?
I'm expecting obviously a team that's going to probably be disappointed from last week, so, you know, mentally they're going to be trying to right the result from last week, without doubt. So there's going to be lots of energy and high intensity. They've got a team that are very strong around the breakdown, so I expect that to be a pivotal contest. But ultimately, by that, I'm just concentrating on what we can do. You know, I was excited massively about the first 15 minutes. I was excited about how we pushed on through in adversity and how we adapted our game, and, you know, I want to see some more of that, really, and I'm more interested about what we do.
Officially the last match of the 2019-20 season, but I suppose you don't see it like that, do you?
No, I see it as my second game for sure, and, you know, currently I'm undefeated, so I'm quite pleased about that.
And what will you do then the 5 weeks after that? Because it's probably a bit of a unique situation.
Yeah, well, obviously we've taken a strategic approach around our condition. I'm sure when you saw the game, the fact that we were so resilient for so long, you know, it proves the fact that we're fit as a team. And you know, we're prepared to work hard, and that's really important. So we need to maintain and keep striving to improve in that area, and that window gives us that opportunity. But we also need to be match ready. The pleasing thing for me from an S&C point of view is that what we've done in pre-season got us contact ready, body armour on, etc., ready to go without any injury element to it. So we've got that right, which is great. We were very mindful around our injury count because of what happened last year and the perfect storm. So, yeah, we're making progress in that. So again, it's just building on the layers and the foundations that we put in to be ready to go and go big when the new season starts.
Toby, there were a few eyebrows raised when you brought a 36 or 37-year-old outside half in, not after the performance last week. I mean, the way he sort of ran the ship and steered you around the pitch proved what a very good signing he's potentially going to be this season.
Yeah, thank you. You're right. So from that point of view, you know, Steve Myler's obviously well known to me from my time in the Premiership, and when that opportunity came along, it was a bit of a no-brainer, really. And once we had the capacity to do that, I look at the youngsters that I talk about. You know, you saw the performance of the for example, the 3 centres, and of what we've got, and developing young players. It's important to have good game managers, good people, and people that are willing to share experience. You know, Josh Thomas, for example, comes on. You know, he'll have learned a lot from just in training, but to be out there with him, the way he talks, it's all the little nuances as well. You know, the added value, if you like, of what he brings. So, yeah, I'm delighted for that people got to saw the Steve Myler that I've known for 10 years in the Premiership, and there was never any doubt on the character side and the added value. and he can still deliver that sort of game. So, being that steady voice and that assertive calmness, around some big personalities on the inside, but also some youngsters on the outside, shows you how valuable he will be to us.
Well, his scrum half partner from the weekend compared him to Ronaldo.
Which one? Which Ronaldo?
Well, yes, the current one, Christian. But
All right.
He came in such good nick and fitted in, and everyone is not looking down their nose, they're looking sideways and say, wow, look what he can do.
Well, mate, hopefully we've got that one right. So, that's... I think Steve's really keen, and people judge people on the performance on the pitch. You guys spoke to me about that after the game, and Steve's done his talking on the pitch as well as what he's done on the training pitch, so that's great.
And in many ways, you look at Kai Evans and Josh Thomas having Brock and Steve Myler there. It's like being in a masterclass, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, that's one of the reasons that I was so adamant Brock came in relation to looking at the squad and where they are, and I was going to say passing the baton, but it's probably passing the gloves is probably a closer, passing the gloves down the line. So, from that point of view, having those sort of influences on the pitch, in the coaching staff, and supported by, Richard Fussell as well from a back three point of view, it's important that we create an environment for these youngsters to learn. And as you saw in the selection, as you saw in my my messaging last week and from the start, is we need to grow our own. And to grow our own, we need to create the right environment and the right support.